Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, aDudemanbro, and I hope you all are having a fantastic day, and I hope your weekend has been amazing. Mine has been pretty awesome, and not gonna lie at all. Super stoked for Monday stock market to open because I think we're gonna see a hell of a week ahead of trading. But before I get into that, I posted my last video regarding the 1K subscriber giveaway. If you would like to check that out, I'm going to be putting it in the description of the video below. That's where you guys pick the stocks, and I put the money in. Whatever's left at the end of 1 year, I'm going to be giving it away to 2 lucky subscribers. So go ahead and check that video out if you are interested in that. But I want to say thank you for joining along in this video. If you like this content, or if you like me, even a little bit, you want to go ahead and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe. I promise you, you can always unsubscribe later. But anyway, we have a lot to talk about, so let's jump right into here on Webull. So the first 4 I want to talk about are basically like stay-at-home virtual learning stocks. With a lot going on, a lot of different states that are starting to do lockdowns, I do think that in the future, within this week, we're probably going to be given a lot more lockdown orders. I have a lookout on 4 different stocks. Zoom, of course, with the virtual learning, it dropped to about $400 on Friday, which I think is a heck of a deal. It was trading at about $588 at its highest, so I picked up a few shares of that. But another one I want to talk about is Boxlight, and Boxlight has went to $3 at its highest. $4 at its highest. So this is one that I'm picking up as a sympathy play to Zoom, and especially if we have more states that are going to be announcing lockdowns, I think this one could go huge. Another one I want to bring up is HMHC. This is another virtual learning. It's a lot lower float, and it's probably not noticed as much as the other ones, but I think it's a positive one, and I'm going to be looking at this one too. And another sympathy play with that one is a company that actually just IPO'd a little while ago, and it IPO'd at about $5, and it's been sitting around the $4 to $3 mark for the last couple of months. I think that this one is even lower float, and if this one gets a little bit of momentum, we could see some huge gains on this one. The first 3 are probably going to be my main watches for next week. I'm already in Zoom, like I said, so I don't have to really watch that as much, because if we look at the article, they also have earnings going on November 30th, so I am going to be holding this through probably before November 30th, because the last few earnings, Zoom killed it. So I expect them to do the same, especially with more momentum going on with more lockdowns. I can see Zoom going outrageous, probably maybe even 600 plus, who knows. But with the AMST, I just want to bring up this article that it IPO'd for $5, so it's in way under the IPO. Doesn't necessarily mean anything, because a lot of IPOs lose a lot of their main capital months to a year. They drop like 50-60% in the first year. So I just want to bring that out because it's definitely priced under that right now, and that could be a good thing, and it kind of gives me a little bit more comfort that it's most likely not going to drop crazy past $3. If we see a little bit of a dip, I might be taking one on this. For the EV plays, I have about 4 that I've mentioned here. There are a lot more, like I say in my other videos, and these are just the 4 that I wanted to kind of bring up. POLA had a lot of good buying going on Friday, and also it's an EV play with with Biden possibly winning. The EV plays have been going outrageously awesome. I was actually able to get in for under $3 or at $3. I was able to sell it about $4 on Friday, but I'm gonna be looking into more positions on this if this drops a lot more, because we could see some huge gains on POLA coming forward, especially with PPSI also. That one's not on the list, but PPSI and WWR are also watches. Sunworks, they had some news on Friday that they're not going to go along with the PEC merger. I think this is pretty big news. I think that Sunworks is probably going to be taking a little tank here soon, and I might be looking into that dip because it could see a reversal, from a red to green day here soon, especially since they didn't get the shareholders' approval to merge. So I want to say that probably Sunworks thinks that they could do it without PEC. I think that at first they didn't have really the confidence that they could have done it without merging, but I think that they think that they could do it now because of how much price action their stock is beginning. Another one I want to talk about is VVPR. This is one that I have dropped in the past, and it has been having some crazy price action. I'm super happy about it though, because I bought a lot of shares in about the $5 range, and we've been moving up to $8 to $7. This is one of my main watches for next week, because they are going to be presenting in a conference this week, and we could see some very good buying going on last week. Anything, like I said, anything under $7 I think is an amazing price. So, but watching that one, we also have DPW, which is going to be bringing out its product. I think actually this weekend it dropped its product. Actually today they announced the pre-order starting for their new product. With all these new things going on, I think that we're going to start seeing some more buy-in like we've seen last week. Start seeing numbers show up and everything. And with all this going on with the EV also angle that it has, we could see this one popping up crazy. You know, it has went over $2 in the past. Actually, $3 it hit. I do see this one popping over $2 here very soon, and that's why it's on my watch list. So, alright, so the next three I want to talk about are three bio plays that I think have very big potential, and that's IBIO. That's the first one, and this one is under $1.80, which I think is very weird because I think the stock is totally undervalued. They have a few catalysts coming up in the near future. They have a conference in November 17th and also the 20th. Also on top of that, they have another conference the 19th. So not just the 17th, the 19th, and I believe the 20th also. So those are a few signs that I think that are going to be, you know, shooting the stock up a lot more. I think that the stock with, you know, the first lockdown, the bio stocks went insane. So I'm expecting that we're going to see those lockdowns again. And I see IBIO, I think it's a long-term hold stock, honestly. I think that this should be way over $2 right now. But it's definitely a buy right now. I think that to hold to about $2.50 to $3, if you hold to about almost the end of the year or so, I think that you can see some very big gains here. We've been seeing a lot of buying going on, and I think that we're in the start of an uptrend, as you can see from the chart right now. That's one that I am super bullish on. The next one I want to talk about is SINT, and if you want to bring up an article about this one. So SINT, they're working on a different type of face mask material. And on top of that, they're also working on a corona type of vaccine. So this is kind of a double hitter. The chart, I think, is looking primed. I think that this one should be $2.50 to $3, and we might see that very soon with the lockdown. Well, like I said, a whole lot of selling on Friday, but that doesn't worry me at all because of how the chart basically didn't even affect it at all going out of that. I can see some big things going on for this one. Next one I want to talk about is HTBX, and this one I love. I was able to buy a bunch of shares under $1, and I'm super happy about that. Very bullish on this one. We had a couple huge buy blocks basically on Friday and last week. On top of that, we also have two studies that are supposed to be dropping their type of PR, and one is not for next month, December, on one of their vaccines, but the other one is supposed to be November to 2020. And these are two vaccines that I think that, or treatments that we're going to see a lot of positive. And the chart, like I said, I think is looking awesome. I think that we're going to be seeing this one over $1.50, almost $2 here very shortly. So the next four I want to talk about are swing plays that I'm going to be working on positions. They're not necessarily penny stocks, so only two that are penny stocks, but the other two are definitely not penny stocks, but I think they have very big potential on going up a huge amount. So the first one is ARAV, and this one's sitting at about $5.54 right now. But if we go back in the chart, it was hitting $7, $8, even $14 in earlier this year. So it got extremely beaten down. On top of that, we also have a few things ahead of here. We have a collaboration that they're working on that future of $270 million of income. On top of that, they have two different catalysts for the rest of this year coming up, and I'm very bullish on this. I think that we're going to start seeing a turnaround on this one. I see this one has no reason to be under $6. Congrats whoever picked it up at like $4. I think that's a heck of a deal. But I think that we're in an uptrend, and I think that this one's going to start shooting up. I think anything under $6, like I said, on this one is an amazing price. So next one I want to talk about is BLU. I've talked about this one in the past. I'm not really going to go over it too much because I have talked about it in the past. A lot of insider buying and institutional buying on this one. Also, it's another one that was sitting at $12, and they had some bad news that it went down to about $4 this year. So we're kind of starting to be into a little bit of a downtrend slash consolidation area right now. But I think this is the area where we start loading up to have catalysts at the end of the year. And I think that we're going to start seeing people coming into this one and very positive things ahead. But if you want to check out the rest of the DD on that, I'm going to be dropping the video link in the description below. Next one I want to talk about is one that I'm very bullish on, and I was able to pick up some shares on Friday, and I'm super ecstatic about it. That is KZIA. And if we bring up a couple articles on this one, so they're going to be doing a presentation at the SNO. If we bring up the article, they were up 63% last year on SNO presentation, and if we look at if you look at the chart too, it shows the exact same. And on top of that, I can see the same amount of buying going on that it had the same time last year. I think that this one's going to be blowing up. So if you're not an experienced trader, you're kind of new, I would kind of stay away from this one. I don't think it's going to be one that's going to be easily charted. If you don't have too much time to look into it too, you might want to hold off on this one. I am super bullish on this one. I already got in on Friday, so I'm super ecstatic about that. And I can see this one almost hitting $11, $12 tomorrow or next week. So very bullish. Check it out. Next one I want to talk about, and the last one I want to talk about, is VBIV. This is one that is also going to be presenting at the SNO conference, same as the last one I talked about. On top of that, there has been some amazing buys. If we look at the chart on last Wednesday, we actually seen a million share block buy, and also on top of that we had a couple 50 to 70,000 share buys. A lot of buying going on. The short interest is about 25%, so I think that once we see that squeeze, we could see this one shooting up crazy. We could see this one at $4 next week, I think personally. On top of that, we have about a 50% institutional holdings on this one. So like I said, this one could be a runner and it could go fast. So if you want to get into it, I would check it out, and I would get into it super early because you never know what's going to happen with this one, and one can go crazy. Two that I haven't added onto here, but I talk about it every week: Mara and RIOT. Bitcoin, check it out. Bitcoin keeps on raising and going crazy. We could see some awesome gains on those. I love to flip those ones for 50 cents to 60 cents whenever they're down. I think they're awesome buys. I think Mara and RIOT are definitely undervalued at the moment with Bitcoin going crazy. But anyway, that's the video. I hope you really liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. And, please leave in the comments below how your weekend was. And also, what are you watching for this week? Would love to know it in the comments below. If you would like to follow me on social media, I have my Twitter, Instagram, and also my Patreon in the description below. Also have my referral links for Robinhood and Webull. With Webull, if you would like to sign up using my referral link and check out that platform, deposit $100 within the first 30 days, you'll get an extra free stock, so that you'll get 2 free stocks, and then so will I. All that money goes directly right back into the channel. I buy new equipment with it, and I have different ideas for all that type of money, and I really appreciate everything. Please don't feel obligated to do that by any means, but it means a lot to me. And thank you so much for everyone that has been using my links to sign up. There's been a few that have came through, and I really appreciate it a lot. But anyway, that's the video. You guys stay classy, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, yo.